Yo guys, hey. It's been a while. Shit. Um, I just don't know what to say because truly and honestly, I've stopped making videos because not because I don't like them anymore. I don't like making videos anymore. It's more because a lot of stuff has been going on. Like the channel got hacked. If you didn't guys didn't know that, that's why that's a good majority of why I wasn't posting. But it's not entirely because it happened not recently. It didn't happen like a month ago. So it's last time I uploaded a video. I think it was like 2 months ago, 4 months ago. Last time I recorded. And today I think I'm gonna be doing what if Naruto was in One Piece. I did this before. I did this 2 times already. But I like One Piece. One Piece is my second favorite out of the big three. Naruto will always be in the top. Everything is mid when it's compared to Naruto. For me personally, that's just my opinion. Everything's mid when it's just like when you compare it to Naruto. For me, that's just mid. Like Bleach, mid. One Piece, mid. Yu Yu Hakusho, mid. Hunter x Hunter, mid. When it comes to putting it to Naruto, so if you put it against like some One Piece and like Bleach, I'll have to think about it. It was gonna be One Piece, but I would think about it. But if you put it like Naruto, nigga, that shit's mid. Anyways, but I love One Piece. I like Naruto way more, but I love One Piece and more or less not the world building because you might think Naruto doesn't have the world building. I see a lot of people say, "Oh, One Piece has the best world building," and I'm like, "Yeah, it has really good world building." But then when I look at Naruto and I look, bro, I've been watching fillers, bro. I don't know why because I was tired of watching Boruto. I was watching Boruto, and I was like, bro, what am I doing? And I just said, you know what, fuck it, I'm gonna watch Naruto. I'm gonna watch Naruto filler to see if this gives off the vibes of Boruto, bro. I'm not saying that Naruto filler is 100% better than Boruto filler or Boruto as a series, but I'm just saying there's some of them. There were some of them that I genuinely enjoyed. No cat, no nothing. I'm serious. I genuinely enjoyed some. Like when they had to go the race thing, where like this guy that's reminiscent of like the Mizuku thing. Like in the first episode, remember Mizuki, blah blah blah. It's like a parody of that with like somebody else. And like, where's this the Thunder God sword that was held by the second Hokage or whatever? That it was a relic of the village, and he took it and stole it and blamed it on this kid. And now it's basically the Mizuki thing, right? And I really enjoyed that one, and there was a lot of them that I enjoyed, but there was one filler that I enjoyed way more than I think I should have. The Naruto pirate filler. If you don't know, there's a pirate filler during like the time that Naruto has to go to get to get to get KCM. He has to go through he's on a boat, the boat filler, right? He's on a boat and this pirate is fucking up the villages and whatever. And Naruto plus takes up a red cloth and wraps it around his head and said, "It's time to be a pirate, nigga. I'm the captain. I'm the crew. I'm the shipwright. I'm the navigator. I'm everything. I'm by myself." And I was like, damn, Naruto could really be a pirate by himself for real. And I was really tempted just to make Naruto a one man crew, but I'm just like, you know what? I'm not gonna do that. I want to have diversity. So I put up a poll and just talking it out, seeing how you guys liked it. Matter of fact, I can't check the poll because I'm still locked out of my account. I'll get back into it. I try to check the poll now actually, on my other computer. Let's see. Community. Let's see. There's one comment. On my stuff. Let's see the comment. Oh. The fuck? Okay, I guess I can't see that comment. That's weird. But whatever. Yeah, why can't I see that? Anyways, that's beyond me. Okay. Bro, why is this mucking around? But anyways, um, oh, so the music in the background, I think you can hear a music beyond the music that's in the background. I think, and this, it's cup over. I mean, I don't know how much you guys know. I live in Barbados, um, and it's cup over season. So we're just, so it's basically a festival, or whatever. So I asked you guys if you want a Naruto, a Konoha 12 pirate crew, a Konoha 12 pirate crew, or you wanted a new crew, and 82% they said they wanted a Konoha pirates, and 18% said they wanted a new crew. I was really hoping y'all would have picked a new crew, but to each their own, right? To each their own, and they have their own issues. Actually, you know what? Fuck it. Fuck it, fuck it, fuck it, fuck it, fuck it. I'm not doing that. Scrap. I'm not doing it. I'm sorry. We're gonna be doing what if Naruto was the only male? Let's go. You might say, nigga, Naruto, nigga, you're not prepared, bitch. I was born ready. Yo, it's been a while since I made a really, really X-rated, X-rated, what's going now? X-rated what if, right? Wait, and let me get out some of the comments. Let me read out some of the comments for you guys. Yo, censorship is, yo, what? Oh, so I guess you can see something on Itachi. I'm viewing Itachi. That's what my boy says. At Alex Sanders 4764. When you dropping the video, I'm dropping it right now, nigga. I got you. I don't get it twisted. I got you, bro. When it's coming out, I got you. KK5W6JW. I got you. I got you, bro. Okay. He's asking me if I'm gonna continue what's it called now? If I'm going to continue with exactly have nine's powers, right? But the thing about that is that when I first wrote the script for that video, it was messy, and I realized it was messy, so I stopped. So every time I stop making a video, it's mostly because the thing got messy. Like, I had a whole storyline plotted out, and I kept changing things. So the fact that I kept changing things, and because I wanted that to reflect, it made it worse. So every time I kept changing things, the story got messier and messier and messier to the point where it didn't make sense. And that's where some videos on my channel don't even get part 2s. It's just got so messy to the point where I was like, okay, I made you too overpowered, and I wrote myself into a hole where realistically nothing should stop you. I would have to use bullshit to say, well, damn, you got your shit folded. And I don't feel like making a story like that. But I do feel like making a story right now is what if Naruto was the only male in the Naruto series? Okay, so I want to preface this by saying that this is gonna be 18 only. With it, it's gonna be real spicy. It's not gonna be family friendly in any way. So it will have incest. I assure you, it will have incest. Some obviously characters' genders will be switched to female, and all of them. And yeah, let's get into it. So this starts at Naruto's birth. Right? Mineta is holding her wife's hand, Kushina, waiting on their baby girl to be born. Kushina looks like she's in pain and like struggling to get it out. And this pregnancy came to a surprise to Minato and Kushina because they not too long had a child. Her name was Nezuko. Yeah, I'm bringing her back, nigga. Nezuko or or Naruka, depending on what you want to call her, was born, and she, but she still felt pregnant, and they went back to the hospital and figured out there was still another baby in there. It was just that one of them was ready to come out, the other wasn't. So they were like, okay, weird, but we'll go back, and they were happy to have another child. So Naruto was being born, and Kushina suddenly got this wave of just pleasure. Her hands were loosening off of the grip of the pipes that she was using to put her stress on, and her face started to become red. She started to breathe so heavily that her tongue was falling out of her mouth, and her eyes were rolling back in her head. Minaka was looking at this and realizing that her wife was getting off on basically giving birth, and she was in her head, keep it together, woman, and just trying to not pay attention to it. But the other patrons in the room, or the other females in the room, really couldn't stop. Shit, maybe I'm sorry because I probably was like holding the thing and like a lot of shit. I'm sorry, bro. And she was just in pure pleasure, right? She wanted to. Kushina was felt so hot in her body, like she wanted to let go of the pole and start pleasuring herself, but she realized that she couldn't in front of all these people. But the urge was so heavy, she didn't understand. But she stressed on, and after that, Kushina eventually brought out Naruto into the world, and then just like that, the pleasure and the arousal went away, and she got to hold her baby boy, and she was ecstatic. She was happy. She was crying, and Minaka was also crying. She had 2 children now, but she wasn't worried. She was very well off, and everything was going great. Now, when they looked at the baby a little more became too obvious. He didn't have a vagina, or he didn't have any of the things that females have. He had something like he had a natural cock. Now, these shinobi, or these female shinobi women, they don't actually have cocks, or they don't have that. They use seals to imitate of a cock, because men died out a while ago. Not a while, but a long time ago. And not Kaguya, Naruto is the first male to be born in like eons, not eons, but like years. And yeah, it was real. It was a weird experience for all of the patrons in the room to look at this boy for the first time. It's to the point where they know that the reproductions organs that they put on themselves didn't originally belong to them, but they've never really heard of a man in years, or really thought of it too much. Now, there are still some people that keep doing research on them, hoping that they would eventually find one, but sadly, that's not the case, and they have not found one up to now. But no one's gonna know that. So Minato covers up the fact that his child is basically a fucking basically he's a man. Like, he pretends like he's a girl. So they carry Naruto home, and Naruto goes up. Like, to be honest, I'm not gonna do this like a fucking kid. So no. But there have been times where Kushina has been a little touchy with Naruto more than Naruto or Nezuko, whichever you want to call it. Been a little more touchy. Like, sometimes like playing with his adolescent cock and just like fiddling around with it. Not really doing anything, but she keeps doing weird things. No, remember, this is an age where man doesn't exist, so she doesn't understand what she's really doing, Well, she kind of does, but she doesn't understand that. She's very curious about her son. That's basically what's going on, or that's how everybody's justifying it. So that ends up happening. So flash forward to when Naruto's about 7 to 6 years old. Naruto is in his bed, tossing and turning. His hair is now reached. His hair is actually really long. Well, not really long. It's past his shoulders. So he ties it up in a bun and he puts his hair like he separates. No, no. He double bangs his hair like kind of like a Ruka's hairdo. Think about okay, how the fuck do I do it? So Naruto's hair looks normal as it is, but he just based it as a man bun. That's basically what it is. I'm gonna leave it at that, and y'all can imagine that for yourself. So basically, what he does, he has a headband, he has a hairband, he has a ponytail, and Naruto is in his bed, and the ponytail is tied with a red ribbon, but it's not awfully girlish. It's really regal to be honest. And he's in a sleeveless blue kimono, and he's on a bed sleeping. Now Naruto is tossing and turning in his bed, hearing voices, and all of this in his dreams. He's saying, "Finally, you're here." And Naruto asks, "Finally, what? Who's here?" And this figure appears in front of him. This huge, masculine figure appears in front of him. It's something that Naruto's never seen in his life. And it reaches out to him, and then Naruto wakes up in a cold sweat. Naruto wakes up in a cold sweat, and he shudders out of bed. He looks around and realizes there's no one with him, but he kind of feels a little uncomfortable. He kind of looks down in the front, looks down at his bottom half, and doesn't see anything out of the ordinary. But when he lifts up the sheets, he can see a tent under his pants. Naruto then lifts up the crease of his pants to look at his, you know, I don't need to start. I'm not talking about that. Oh God. And he looks at it and he's pondering, but it's getting uncomfortable by this. It's getting more uncomfortable by the second. So Naruto gets up, and he thinks he knows what to do. So he goes to his parents' room and knocks on the door, and Kushina tells him to come in. Now Kushina is getting ready to go to bed. She's wearing a see-through gown with a black bra and black panties, and she turns her head to Naruto. Over the time, Kushina, her chest got really big. It was almost like Naruto wasn't supposed to be born, so her body didn't make up the milk. It didn't originally make up the milk for her. It only made up the milk for Nezuko or Naruto. And so after Naruto was born, she realized her chest became bigger and bigger and bigger to the point where it's basically enough milk to feed 2 children. So her tits are really big. So when Naruto's seeing his mother like this, the uncomfortable feeling got more unbearable to the point where his knees started to buckle and he fell on the floor. This is where Kushina instantly reacted and flashed towards him, catching him before he could hit the ground. She rolled him over to see what's the problem, and basically scanning and analyzing his body, she realized that his penis was erect. Now, she doesn't know anything about this, but she doesn't know what she knows about the food seal. It's one pump and then you're done. So she doesn't understand what's going on. So Naruto looks at her and says it hurts. And Naruto and Kushina tries to get some water, but then Naruto grabs her hand and says, "Mom, please don't leave me." And she doesn't know what to do. And she, almost out of instinct, her hands gently goes towards Naruto's cock, right? And she rubs it upside down, and then Naruto's face became more relaxed. His eyes didn't roll back into his head, but they were more calm and not going all over the place as before. Kushina realized what she was doing, but she didn't stop. She realized that it was helping her son, so she's gonna keep doing it. Now she keeps doing it, and she realized it's really hard to keep a firm grip on it, but she tries. She really wishes it was bigger, but she doesn't know what to do. So then, as she says that, she feels the sudden heat, and then her hands being forced to open a little, open more. And then when she looked back down, Naruto's got like 5 times bigger, and she something in her body started to get hot. She 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 began to breathe heavily, and her face began to became became started to become red. Looking at her son's cock, and then she licks her lips, almost unconsciously, and she keeps pumping. Not really focusing on Naruto, but just focused on the huge rampart in front of her. Not really understanding what is in front of her. She keeps pumping, and then she realizes her mouth is getting water. Is basically watering at this point. So she goes. She puts Naruto's feet up in the air and grabs his waist and plunges her head down, not really focusing on what's happening. She shoved the whole thing in her mouth. She started to gag and choke at first, but slowly started to pump her head. Slowly starting to pump her head. Now her mouth full, knowing that she can't even talk. She just slowly gets into it, not really speaking a word or trying to speak, breathing through her nose, and just pumping and pumping her head. Naruto is just basically in bliss. It basically is just in bliss. Naruto, something changes in Naruto. But before we do that, Kushina in her head says, for some reason she's itching for something. She doesn't understand what it is or what she's itching for, but she needs something. Unconsciously, what she wants is to be roughed up, not to be roughed up, to be treated a little more roughly. Now, Naruto's body starts to react to that, and he starts to get more stiff. And now Naruto starts chuckling, and he starts chuckling, and he pulls his leg from up in the air and plants it down on the ground, and then starts to stand up, but he's holding his mother's head, or holding his mother's hair, or still now forcing her to pump faster. Kushina is surprised by the sudden action, and was going to say something until Naruto pushed down harder, and then a splash of Naruto's fluids went down straight into her stomach, and some of it started to leak out of her mouth. Naruto pulled out his member and then grabbed her by the hair and planted her on the ground in doggy style, and then went behind her. He pulled her hair again and shoved his cock right up her pussy, right? And he's just thrusting and thrusting and thrusting. And he took his other hand and put it around her neck and says, "How'd you like that, bitch?" And she doesn't understand where this is coming from, but she's slowly liking it more and more. Naruto then keeps shoving it in, and Naruto keeps going. Sorry. Naruto keeps shoving it more in and in to the point where eventually she comes. But Naruto doesn't stop there. He keeps pushing. At this point, Kushina is basically unconscious, but her body is still holding up. Eventually, Naruto tires out, and he pulls it out, and as he pulls it out, his body starts to steam up, and then it goes back to normal. And Naruto falls on the ground, going to sleep. Yeah, let's check the time. Ooh, let's check the time. So then after that, Kushina eventually wakes up, and she tries to get up, but she can barely walk. But she forwards through it and picks up her child and carries him back into her room, cleaning her up and him, and cleaning her up and him. And she goes back in her bed, thinking on what happened just now. This is the first time her son ever acted this way, and how did his memory get so big? She doesn't understand, but she feels like she'll find out eventually. Now, here guys, this is going to be like the end of the video. I know it's pretty short, but what I'm trying to do now is create shorter videos. But when I do these shorter videos, you will get more videos in general, so I don't burn out myself by talking too much, and then I don't understand where to go after it. So it's like, it's basically me building up tension. So get this to like, well, let's say 10 likes, and you will get a part 2. As I see the 10 likes, I'll start on the part 2. So that's it for today, guys. Hope you have a good day, and kudos.